Hello, model railroad fans. Welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this TYCO promotional train set. This is a Chef Boyardee set. I did a poll on my community tab of my channel last month with an option of 3 train sets, and this is the one that won out on that. So we'll be taking a look at this set here in just a moment. But before we do, I thought I would give a little bit of a brief history, if you will, of this set. Or I don't know if history is the right word, but some additional information rather. But anyway, so what I'm going to try to do is put up a little slideshow while I'm going over that information, so you're not just sitting here staring at this box. But anyway, like I said, this is a train set that's produced by TYCO, and it was manufactured for Chef Boyardee products. And the information that I was able to find on this was a little bit sketchy, so I'm not 100% sure on this. Definitely the mid-80s, after 1982. I know it was not produced before 1982, and I'll try to remember to show that a little bit later as to why I know that. But the date I keep seeing is 1985, and it comes in 2 product numbers or model numbers, if you will. The first one, which is going to be the most common one, is number 7656Q, and if you can see right up here, that's what this is. And then there's also 7635Q. And just kind of as a side note, little fun fact, if you will, Bachmann also made a Chef Boyardee promotional train set that in many ways was extremely similar to this, and I will try to post a picture in the corner somewhere so that you can see that. Alright, so set number 7656Q seems to be the most common one seen, or that you're going to find perhaps like on eBay or pictures of it online. And this is what you're going to find if you get this set. Inside, you're going to find a GP20 locomotive. It'll be Santa Fe in red and silver paint scheme. Then you're going to get a Union Pacific 40-foot gondola, and that's going to have a pipe load in it. It'll be 3 little culvert pipes. And then you're going to have the star of the show, which makes this really different. You're going to have a 50-foot boxcar Chef Boyardee. And we'll look at that here a little bit later so you can see what that looks like. And then it does come with a caboose, but it's just your generic red streamlined caboose. This comes with a glow-in-the-dark bridge and trestle set, a Chef Boyardee billboard, and has a little baggie of road signs and poles. And it's got these little glow-in-the-dark strips. I'm assuming you put them somewhere on the bridge or somewhere else. I'm not 100% sure. And initially the information I saw before looking in here said that it came with a 36-inch circle of track. But in fact it comes with a 36 by 45-inch oval of track, which is going to be necessary if you're going to want to use that bridge. And then it's going to also contain a power pack and some instructions, paperwork, that sort of thing. So that's basically what you're going to expect to find in here, and in just a few moments we're going to actually crack this open and take a look and see what's what. And also too, if you'll notice, it's coming in this plain white box. Most, but not all, of TYCO's promotional train sets, and many other companies like Lifelike or Bachmann, those promotional train sets, which aren't normally sold at the retail level like at a Walmart or a toy store or something, would have came in a box like this, but that wasn't always the case. One of my previous videos was on a Johnson Wax train set, and it came in a retail box, but I think it also came in a standard box as well. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic here. So the next set is number 7635Q, and there's a lot less information on that. I do know that that set exists because I've seen a picture of the box, but it was not, I didn't see what was inside it. So the information I'm going to go over here come from Tony Cook's HO Scale Resource website, and I'll post a link to that down in the description. And I have not, this information about to present you, I've not been able to verify outside of that, so I'm not for sure how true that information will be. So the first thing is that this set has been seen, and we're talking about the 7635Q, has been seen with a Burlington Shark Nose locomotive and matching caboose rather than the GP20 Santa Fe. And another thing that has been seen is that instead of the Union Pacific gondola with pipe load, it comes with a TYCO silver tank car. And I have seen a picture of one with a TYCO car, but it had the Santa Fe locomotive, so that one I can confirm. But now this next one is one I got off of Tony Cook's site, but I have not been able to confirm it outside of that it may have came with a supermarket kit, one of the TYCO kits that was identical to TYCO's drugstore kit, but was just a little bit different and exclusive to this set. But I have not been able to confirm that, so take that with a grain of salt. So anyway, that is kind of a rundown of the history, if you will, of this particular train set. So now let me just set my notes off to the side here, and let's start cracking open this box and take a look for ourselves as to what we have. In fact, let me raise this tripod and adjust it just a little bit. There we go. All right, so this was sold to me as new and unused, and I wish people would leave it unopened if they're going to sell it as new and unused, because at that point I can't confirm if they've run it or not, or what they have done with it. Because once you break this tape, technically it's no longer new stock, because you've opened it, and there's no way to confirm what they've done. So let's get in here and take a look. All right, so the first thing we've got is some aged paper. So we're going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to try to keep this in such a way so that when I box it back up, I can get it close to the way it would have come out. All right, so then we've got a price list and order form in case you need to get some replacement parts or if you want to add some accessories. And then there's something under that. And then we've got this rebate. So if you buy any of these, you can get a rebate off of them. So let's go ahead and lay that down here. Now, you remember how I said that this was definitely made after 1982, and that's because it comes with this TYCO scene little mini catalog, if you will, which is something that TYCO released in 1982. So that's why I'm saying that it came out after that. All right, and then we've got your instructions and kind of your troubleshooting sheet, which is definitely looking aged. Looks like it got tattered up just a bit. Not a lot to see there. All right, so let's go through the accessories real quick. So we've got our billboard, and it's a Chef Boyardee billboard. So you just take the sticker off and put it on there. And then we've got some extra rail joiners for the track. And here's our baggie of like telephone poles and road signs and such. And then we've got some more protective paper we're going to just lift out of the way. And I'm not going to take this out. I'm just going to leave it be. But we have a newer style power pack. It's different than the older one, which is gold in color, like this here. All right, so let's move on through here. So I'm not going to open this out of the baggie either. I'm going to leave it in here. But we've got our bridge and trestle set. But you can see it's made of this glow-in-the-dark material, kind of that greenish color. instead of the normal black color that you would get from the one that you purchased at like a hobby shop or a toy store. Alright, so moving on through, let's kind of scoot this forward here. We're going to start with what feels like the caboose. And I'm going to very carefully unwrap this. And there is our basic red streamline caboose. And the next thing is going to be a turnip. Our Union Pacific gondola with the 3 culvert pipe load. I am, when we're done with this unboxing, going to run the train set so you'll get to see these a little bit better, but those are very unremarkable, but that's why I'm not taking them out of the paper just yet. So then we've got, and looks like it's trying to just sneak out of the paperwork here, or the protective paper, the star of the show, the Chef Boyardee 50-foot boxcar. And you can see the standard Chef Boyardee logo that you would have seen on the cans of Chef Boyardee ravioli and such back in the 80s. And right here, thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. If I remember correctly, that was kind of one of their taglines on their commercials. And like any of their 50-foot boxcars, we've got some molded in detail for your ladder here, for your door, and it's got the fully molded in stirrups. And on this end, we've got a little bit of molded in detail, but we got a separately applied brake wheel. And pretty much the exact same thing on this side, no pretty much about it, the exact same thing on this side as what we had on the other side. A little molded detail here. And we've got, of course, our standard trucks with the plastic wheels and the horn hook coupler. And that is pretty much it as far as that boxcar. Alright, and so the next thing we've got is what is rather heavy feeling, almost feels like magnets. But these are some glow-in-the-dark strips. I'm not real sure where you would apply these. I didn't see anything in the instructions to indicate it, but there they are. They almost feel like those little magnets as far as the weight is concerned. And in here, we have got our oval of track, and then we've got our locomotive, and it is not in a box. Let me see if I can, I don't want you to bang around. Alright. I don't want to tear nothing up. Alright. It looks pristine. I mean, that does look really pristine. I mean, that is... So when the seller says it's brand new and never used, I'm inclined to believing, which makes me worry that is this going to actually run or not? Because my last video I had a couple of unopened locomotives that didn't want to run. They need a little bit of a service, most likely because the lubricants are all dried up. But anyway, typical of 80s TYCO, no handrails. But we've got some nice molded in detail, and the paint and everything looks really crisp and nice. And we've got our little bell up here on top. And we've got our 2 horns. We've got some exhaust fans so I can keep everything cool. And we've got our exhaust for our diesel engine. Got some molded in detail on the trucks here. Molded in detail on the back. But we don't have number boards. They're just kind of blocked out there. Yeah, what was it? Some styrofoam stuck on the side? Yep. And then we got our headlight. And does that have windows? Yes, it does have windows. But we got our headlight and our number board lights. And we got our Santa Fe logo there on the front. Alright, let me set this box off to the side. I'm going to stop the camera, load all this up on the track, and let's see how she runs. So give me just a moment. We are all set up on the track here, so let's just get a little bit closer look. So here is our Santa Fe GP20. Pristine condition, beautiful looking locomotive. And we got our Thank Goodness for Chef Boyardee 50-foot boxcar. Here's our Union Pacific gondola with the pipe load. And our basic streamlined red caboose. So, we are powered up and we're set to what should be the forward position. And I went ahead and propped up the billboard there. I'm not taking it off, the sticker off of there. Alright, I have not tested this, so let's see what happens. Giving it some power. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Headlights working and running pretty darn smooth. I'm not going to really run this too much because it's been in a box for, what, 30 years? Yeah, let's speed her up just a tad. She's pulling pretty good. I was a little bit worried about the traction tires, but she's handling these three cars quite well. Looks like she's speeding up a bit, starting to break in. Alright, well that is a look at this beautiful Chef Boyardee Promotional train set by TYCO. Our GP20 locomotive, Chef Boyardee boxcar, Union Pacific gondola, and our caboose. And she is definitely picking up some speed. So here in a moment I'm going to get a few extra shots of this for the tail end of the video. But I'm going to go ahead and close out now. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure and hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I have another video up. And if you have this set, let me know what your thoughts are of this particular train set. And if you don't, this is the first time you see it, again, let me know what you think. Alright. Well again, thanks for joining me. Happy model railroading, guys. Take care.